The
You
checkout
have
line at
something that
Millbrook's
belongs to
only
me.
grocery
I don't know
store
what you're
moved
talking
slow on
about.
Tuesday
Don't play
evenings,
games with
the
me.
kind of
I'm
slow that
not.
gave a person too much time to think. Marcus Reed stood third from the register, a red basket hanging from his left hand, his 7-year-old daughter Lily pressed against his hip like she was afraid the world might snatch her away. She'd been doing that since her mother left, pressing close, always touching some part of him, making sure he was still there. He hadn't planned to be here at all. He'd planned pasta and jarred sauce, a bath, a bedtime story, sleep. But Lily had said her stomach hurt in the particular way that meant she hadn't eaten right all day, and so he'd driven here after his second shift ended, still wearing his concrete-dusted work boots, still carrying the smell of a long day on his clothes. Ahead of him, an older woman named Dorothy Sims was trying to pay for her groceries. Marcus didn't know her name yet, he would learn it later. What he knew right now was that she was maybe 70, wearing a yellow cardigan despite the summer heat, and that her hands were shaking as she swiped her card at the terminal. Declined. The teenage cashier, to his credit, said it quietly. "Ma'am, it's saying declined." Dorothy's face didn't collapse the way younger faces do. It just went still. The stillness of someone who has been humiliated before and has learned to absorb it without expression. "Try it again," she said softly. "Sometimes it sticks." It declined again. The man behind Dorothy sighed audibly and pulled out his phone. The woman 2 spots back shifted her weight with a long exhale. Marcus watched Dorothy reach into her purse with deliberate, unhurried dignity, pulling out a small coin purse, opening it, counting what was inside. He could see even from where he stood that it wasn't enough. Her cart held maybe $40 of groceries, a loaf of bread, a small carton of eggs, a can of coffee, 2 cans of soup, bananas, a half-gallon of milk. She began putting things back. She did it without a word, without asking anyone for anything, without drawing any more attention to herself than she already had. She put back the coffee first. Then one of the soup cans. She paused at the bananas and set them aside too. Marcus watched her do this and something in his chest moved in a way he hadn't felt in a long time. Not pity. Something older and truer than pity. He stepped out of line. "Excuse me," he said to the cashier, and he set his basket on the small ledge beside the register. "Ring all of it together." Dorothy turned to look at him. Her eyes were pale blue and sharp, not confused, not softened by age. She saw him clearly. "Young man," she said, "that is not necessary." "Yes ma'am," Marcus said. "I know it's not." Lily tugged his sleeve. He looked down. She was watching Dorothy with wide, serious eyes. Then she let go of his sleeve and walked to Dorothy's cart and picked up the bananas and put them back in. The cashier rang everything together. Marcus paid with his debit card, watching the balance in his head, knowing it would tighten the rest of the week. He didn't think about it much. He picked up Dorothy's bags and carried them to the counter for her. Dorothy looked at him for a long moment. "What's your name?" she asked. "Marcus." "Marcus," she repeated, like she was filing it away somewhere important. "Thank you, Marcus." He nodded. He put Lily's items on the belt, paid for those too, and they left. He didn't think about it after that. Not really. He made dinner, read Lily her story, the one about the bear who learns to ask for help, and sat on the edge of her bed until her breathing went long and even. Then he sat at his kitchen table with a glass of water and stared at the wall for a while, the way single parents do when the house finally goes quiet and the weight of carrying everything alone settles down around them. 3 weeks later, a letter appeared in his mailbox. No return address. Inside was a folded piece of stationery, the kind with small flowers printed along the border. The handwriting was old-fashioned and careful. "Dear Marcus, you won't remember me. My name is Dorothy Sims. I was the woman in the grocery store 3 weeks ago on a Tuesday evening. You paid for my groceries without being asked. I want you to know that I have told everyone I know about you. I told my daughter in Phoenix. I told my neighbor Harold. I told the women in my Wednesday morning Bible study. Asterisk. But more than that, I want you to tell me something. My daughter asked me why you didn't leave your name. She said most people would want credit for a thing like that. I didn't have an answer for her. I thought maybe you would. Asterisk. With gratitude. Dorothy Sims." Marcus read the letter twice. He sat with it a long time. Then he got out a piece of paper, regular lined notebook paper, because that's what he had, and wrote back. Dear Mrs. Sims, I remember you clearly. Asterisk. Your daughter asked why I didn't leave my name. I've been thinking about how to answer that right. Asterisk. I have a little girl named Lily. She's 7. Her mom left 2 years ago and it's been me and her ever since. I work construction. I'm tired most of the time. Some weeks are harder than others. Asterisk. When I saw you putting those groceries back, I didn't think about doing something good. I thought about my daughter watching me. I thought about what she was learning about the world right then, in that line. I thought about what kind of man I wanted her to see her father be. Asterisk. I didn't leave my name because I wasn't doing it to be remembered. I was doing it because it was the right thing, and because Lily was there, and because I wanted her to grow up knowing that when you see someone struggling and you have the ability to help, you just help. You don't make them feel small about it. You don't need a thank you. You just do it and you move on. Asterisk. She put the bananas back in your cart. Did you notice that? She did that on her own. I didn't tell her to. Asterisk. That's the part I'm proudest of. Asterisk. Take care of yourself, Mrs. Sims. Asterisk. Marcus Reed. Dorothy's daughter Sarah read that letter standing in her mother's kitchen in Phoenix during a visit the following month. She read it through once without speaking. Then she read it again. Mom, she finally said. I know, Dorothy said. Sarah folded the letter back along its creases and set it carefully on the table. She looked out the window at the flat bright desert sky for a moment. Then she said, I want to be more like that. Dorothy poured them both coffee. So do I, she said. So do I. Lily Reed is 10 now. She still tells the banana story sometimes, at school, at the dinner table, when she hears someone say that people don't care about each other anymore. She tells it the same way every time, with certainty and without drama, the way children tell truths they learned early and believe completely. My dad helped an old lady at the grocery store. He paid for all her food. He didn't tell anyone. I put the bananas back. Marcus hears her tell it sometimes and doesn't say anything. Just listens. Just feels, quietly, that he did one thing right. That is enough. That has always been enough.